There are over 1 million nonprofit organizations in the United States right now. But here's the thing. Most of them, they're still figuring it out. A lot of them just aren't structured in a way that lets them operate like a real, living, breathing organization. And honestly, it's not because people don't care. Far from it. It's usually because founders start with passion, but not a plan. They don't always know how a nonprofit is formed or what key steps they should take to make sure it actually works. So today, we're going to clear that up. We'll walk through the most important questions you should ask yourself before launching your nonprofit and how to answer them so you can build something strong, sustainable, and built to last. Let's get started. Question 1. Why does the world or your community need your nonprofit? This is the very first question you have to ask yourself, because it goes right to the foundation of your nonprofit's existence. Too many organizations skip this part. They start with what they want to give the world, instead of asking what the world is actually missing. It usually begins with a hunch, a sense that something isn't right, that a problem needs to be solved. Follow that rabbit trail. Ask yourself, what need does that problem create? Because that root need is what you're really looking for. Once you identify the need, dig deeper. Research what's already out there, what solutions exist, and why haven't they fully solved the problem yet? Then, pinpoint who this need affects. Is it families, neighborhoods, institutions? Peel back the layers until you truly understand the need you're addressing, its impact on your community and the world, and who else is already working on it. And finally, this is key. Find where your expertise, experience, and passion align with what's missing. That's your lane. That's where your nonprofit comes to life. Question 2. How will your organization address that need? Now that you've identified the core problem, it's time to talk about solutions. Your nonprofit might choose to tackle the issue head-on, addressing every part of it with a comprehensive approach. Or you might decide to focus on one piece of the puzzle, a targeted cure for one or two aspects of that deeper problem. Whichever route you take, start simple. Outline your approach in as few words as possible, just bullet points that capture your big moves. Then, underneath each point, go deeper. Explain each step in as much detail as you can. Once that's done, make a list of the resources you'll need to make it happen. That could mean people, places, or things. And here's the trick. Be specific. If you already know what resource you'll use, write it down by name. For example, venue, Sickles High School. This level of clarity will save you time later, because when you can see what you have and what you still need, you can focus your energy exactly where it counts. Question 3. How will you pay for your solution consistently? This is the question most organizations skip. They assume the problem is obvious, the solution is clear, so the money will just show up. But the truth? Most nonprofit efforts are underfunded, often bankrolled by the very people doing the work. Meanwhile, there are billions available for organizations that can prove real, meaningful impact. Start with self-funding. Write it down. Next, add friends and family, the people easiest to convince and often your first team. Now choose a funding model. Will you rely on recurring small donors, major gifts, grants, sponsorships, fee-for-service, social enterprise revenue, events, a hybrid? Pick your model and document it in detail. How will money come in? How often? From whom? And in exchange for what value? What are your monthly targets? What activities drive those targets? Who owns each activity? Clarity here turns hope into a plan, and a plan into steady fuel for your mission. Question 4. Who will lead these activities? Every organization, whether it's a business or a nonprofit, needs a leadership team. This team is responsible for driving results and pushing your mission forward. They'll craft your vision, define your purpose, and measure how well your strategies are actually solving the problems you set out to fix. And when things don't go as planned, They'll be the ones helping you pivot and improve. In the beginning, this leadership team might just be you and a few others. That's okay. But resist the urge to go it alone. If your solution truly has merit, the right people will see it, and they'll join you on the journey. As the founder, your job isn't just to lead. It's to empower your leaders, to support their growth, their ideas, and their teams. Put your ego aside. The nonprofit life isn't glamorous. It's gritty, demanding, and often thankless. You'll spend a lot of time focusing on vision and funding, even when it feels like you're running on fumes. So roll up your sleeves, strap in, and get ready, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But if you've got the right team beside you, it's a ride well worth taking. Bonus section, Basic Nonprofit Formation Steps. All right, once you've answered all the big questions, it's time to make it official. This is where your dream starts turning into a real organization. Let's walk through the basic steps you'll need to get the ball rolling. Step 1. Determine who your initial directors will be. These are the people who will help shape your mission from day one. Step 2. Incorporate your nonprofit in your state. This makes your organization a recognized legal entity. Step 3. Obtain an EIN from the IRS. That's your organization's federal identification number, kind of like its social security number. Step 4. Open a bank account. You'll need it for all incoming donations and outgoing expenses. Step 5. Set up your accounting files. Use something like QuickBooks or another bookkeeping software so you're tracking every dollar from the start. Step 6. Hold your first board meeting. This is your moment to officially adopt your mission, elect officers, and get everyone aligned. Step 7. Create your corporate bylaws. Think of these as the rule book for how your nonprofit will operate. Step 8. File for 501c status with the IRS. That's what gives you federal tax exemption. Step 9. File for state tax exemption too. This helps you avoid unnecessary state taxes and stay compliant locally. Now, depending on your type of nonprofit and how big your vision is, you may have a few extra steps along the way. But these 9 are your foundation, the core moves that take you from an idea to an official, operational, nonprofit organization. So take a deep breath, celebrate the progress, and get ready to change the world, one step at a time. Final thoughts. Your nonprofit exists to serve the greater good, to bring a specific, meaningful solution to the people who need it most. When you take the time to ask the right questions, secure the right funding, and stay focused on real results, the journey of running a nonprofit becomes incredibly rewarding. It's not just about building an organization. It's about building impact. One life, one project, one community at a time. So start strong. Lead with clarity, compassion, and purpose. And step boldly into your mission to serve the world through your unique vision and the collective strength of your team. Thanks for listening, and here's to the incredible change you're about to make.